Hello. I thought I'd just complete what I started yesterday. I did manage to do the gems. Wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. I think I was overcomplicating it. I've enabled creative so that I can fly because it does get a little bit tall. So let's just quickly go through it. I'm not going to go over this again because I did it all yesterday. The only addition to this side I've done is for the selector, I've just tapped off the cable there and ran it underground to bring it around to this side. That's all I've done. So now we have all the gems, which go from... So all the bars go from 1 to 5, and all the gems go from 6 to 10. Yeah, so there's a nice little display there. And it does work. I did have a few problems with it, but I did manage to get it working pretty much 100% of the time, so quite happy with this design. So let's just get straight in. So like before, we have a equals equals logic which goes to the numerical reference. So for emeralds we have 6, so if a 6 gets sent from the selector, gets sent over here, goes up here, it's checks that 6 is coming along here and 6 is along here. If yes, then it sends out a 1. If no, it sends out a 0. Gets stopped immediately there. So we have a 1 coming along here. We have a diode which stops it from going back. And I want it to loop. The problem was I needed to turn on this magnet for a second so that it could pick up the gem, and then I'd want it to drop that gem so that this one could activate and pull it across onto this belt. And what I ended up doing was having a single loop. So the signal, the 1 comes along here, gets stopped if it's 0. That comes in later. The 1 turns this magnet on. It comes along here, gets flipped to a 0, and then 1 second delay, comes down, just gets forced in this direction. The 0 turns off the magnet and then instantly gets stopped, so that kills the loop. So yeah, this loop turns on the magnet for a second and then switches it off, and then stops, so that we don't get an infinite loop of logic, which is we also, this same loop, I just tapped it off onto here as well, so the exact same loop's going along here, but there's no time delays. So when the 1 gets sent to here, this gets turned on, this also gets turned on, so they're both pulling at the same time. And then 1 second delay, and the exact same thing happens with this one. So it just gets pulled diagonally onto the belt, which is why I've got a centralizer, because if it gets pulled diagonally, so it gets pulled up to here, and then it sort of, sometimes it would get stuck here. So the centralizer kind of forces it into the middle. And I've also put a wall here from extensive testing where lots of gems would get stuck down here. So the wall stops it from going too far off the belt, and the centralizer keeps it on the belt. So it's kind of nice the way it works, and easily replicatable, as you can see. And it's got quite a small footprint as well. So all the way down to 10 for Onyx. That is Onyx. Yeah, and it just works. Let's give it a go. So we have 6 for Emerald, 7 for Sapphire, 8 for Ruby, 9 for Diamond, 10 for Onyx. And then we'll quickly run over here, and you can just see all the nice little gems are coming along, and they're all connected up onto this belt here. And they get thrown onto this belt, which just gets thrown onto the same saw belt as all the bars. And then they all just get sent over here. It does pull across a couple gems sometimes when the gems are coming along, because I didn't add any kind of stopping of the belt because the gems are way too slow anyway. But it's irrelevant, because if I'm asking for, 750 weight, the chances of one of these being 750 weight are pretty small. So, so yeah. I didn't add any weight either. That would overcomplicate it way too much. And I don't think I care that much about the weight of the gems. As long as I've got some, I'm quite happy. So we'll just run it through everything. And the speed of it is surprising as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 10. And that should just give us one of all of them. Except the hardstone. Nobody cares about the hardstone. Shh. And there you go. And then the diamond, and then the onyx. Wish the belts were a little faster, but yeah, that's what you get. So, yeah, quite happy with that, how it turned out. Easily doable in non-creative. So, all of this was built in non-creative. And then, just for testing, I did all of this in creative yesterday. It's easily doable for when I get back to my my normal world. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye.